Today I'm at Trosky Castle in the Czech Republic. I just climbed all the way to the top of it, and I really didn't feel like narrating the whole way. So I'm going to narrate from the car while you guys go for a flight. Enjoy.
The first military use of a lighter-than-air craft was at the Battle of Flers in 1794, where the newly formed French Aerostatic Corps used the balloon L'Entreprenant to continuously update General Jean-Baptiste Jourdan of the movements of enemy Austrians, dropping notes to the ground to pass info. Today, we use aerial and oftentimes satellite imagery and surveillance to update the battlefield. But prior to the balloons, not much could be done to get a bird's eye view, although there are historic texts that detail the use of man-carrying kites around 600 AD in China. These were used more often as a form of punishment than reconnaissance. The next best thing then was to use the highest elevation to establish a lookout. Maybe have some scouts climb trees if an outcropping isn't available. Pretty rudimentary, but it got the job done. But what if you could have a 360-degree view around your lands? You could see the enemy coming no matter what direction they came from. Sounds pretty advantageous. That thought must have certainly crossed the mind of Czech of Wartenberg, aka Vincennes, commander of the royalist Bohemian forces at the beginning of the Hussite Wars. He saw these two basalt hills, volcanic plugs, remnants of when magma hardened within the vent of an active volcano, and he knew the strategic potential they offered. Sometime around the 1390s, he started construction, building an inner castle between the rocks, with two defensive towers on their peaks, the lower being named the Crone or Old Lady, the higher being the Maiden, which doubled as a chapel, and a defensive system was built around them. It had a well, as well as rainwater collection tanks, an ample storage, and supposedly cellars in concealed caves, which have since been sealed by nature. All of these things made it an ideal defensive construction, with protected living areas, stables, and courtyards. It was the definition of a fortress. After Czech's death, the castle was passed through many hands, including that of Christoph Sov of Helfenberg, a robber baron, a feudal landowner who acted outside the laws of the monarchy or emperor. He and his 200 men held the fort for over 60 years, from around 1438 until 1444, and used it as a base to terrorize the surrounding area, eventually being captured by a band of villagers. The importance of this particular location declined around the 16th century, and it was burned and left in ruins in 1648 during the 30 Years' War. Besides modern stairs, nothing has been rebuilt since, and the higher tower has been cut off from access for hundreds of years.
Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, get lost.